Nothing in this recording is intended as investment advice, and the people in this recording may hold positions in the companies they talk about. Do not make any investment based solely on a tip or recommendation. Please do your own research.
Hello and welcome to Zak's Traders Cafe. Today I'm joined by Scott Elam, who's CEO at Connecting Excellence Group. How are you today, Scott?
I'm very good, thank you, Zach.
Well, it looks like you've got an opportunity to be chirpy in this interview, given your interim results ending at the end of December, actually.
Yes. Yeah, we released our interim results today. Headline numbers from the recruitment operations and the interim results for the Bitcoin balance sheet strategy as well. So just to remind you that the business is a international executive recruitment company that's been established for over 10 years. AQSE Connecting Excellence Group owns the flagship operating business, Spencer Riley, and we place senior level candidates around the world. And the difference with the business is, and I believe executive recruitment is uniquely suited to this model in that it's high performance, it's talent led, where individuals create the revenue. And we've tied that in with a industry leading, I believe, equity participation model with long dated performance based share options to attract talent and also attract companies into the group and allow us to perform acquisitions in the future to drive revenues, cash flows, and ultimately increase the size of the Bitcoin balance sheet as well. So our interim results came out, 1.2 million group revenue for the period, 0.89 million net fee income for 1st July to 31st of December, which is up 20.3% year on year. 12.7% increase in our average fee per placement. That means we're placing people on higher salaries or higher fee levels that we're charging for them. That tends to come through the international work in the USA. And a 0.78 million gross profit with a 0.34 million operating profit for Spencer Riley, our flagship operating business. So post period, in the first month after that period, we did release an RNS announcing that we'd done a £250,000 net fee income for the start of the year in January as well. So we had a good start to the year, and we're just now actioning our talent attraction capabilities to bring in high performing executive recruiters and really expand the headcount and the revenue. And alongside that, Zach, we started the process, IPO'd with 9.28 Bitcoin held from purchasing since 2021 as a private business. We increased that to 40.36 Bitcoin by the end of the period that we've just announced for. And then today we're holding 52.42 Bitcoin today, which I think is at a value of around 2.7 million today on the balance sheet. And we ended last period with 1.4 million in cash as well. So there are results in summary, Zach. And this year we also have an ATM in place just to ensure we can accrete value to shareholders when we're in a high MNAV environment in the Bitcoin treasury and Bitcoin market, and the AQSE Bitcoin program to run out over 2026, which is a truly Bitcoin denominated bond program. And we've recently listed on the OTCQB, and we're just working with partners in the US to get the pipes in place for people to be able to access the shares over in the USA, with some speaking events lined up for the early part of this year over in the USA.
Right, well, that's pretty comprehensive. You've done all the talking. I've got a couple of questions, perhaps.
Go ahead.
First is that you are different, I suppose, from other companies in just with the Bitcoin treasury focus, that you actually have another business on the side. You've got sort of twin drivers for the business. Let's say you're hedged, but you've got hopefully the best of both worlds: a real world business and a digital asset business, let's say. Do you feel the weight of expectation on your company and because obviously since the summer the BTC Treasury Brigade didn't do that well? Do you feel that there's a sort of weight and a pressure and people trying to differentiate between the wheat and the chaff in that particular area?
Yes, I think investors are becoming increasingly educated in the space, and it's one of them spaces where investors are highly scrutinous of businesses as well. And we're demonstrating how Bitcoin can strengthen a real operating company. And we've proven that over 4 years from 2021 to 2025 with a Bitcoin denominated balance sheet as a private business. But it's only with the PLC status that we can really integrate that into the operational growth. And the two sides of the business, the operational business makes the Bitcoin treasury more credible, more durable, more resilient through market cycles. And the Bitcoin balance sheet and the public company structure make the operating business more attractive to executive recruiters who are generating, let's say, 200,000, 400,000, 600,000 pounds a year for their current company to come and join us, generate that money within our business and become part of the journey going forward. And it also makes us more attractive to acquisitions within our industry. It's tough to find exit strategies as a privately owned executive recruitment firm. It's rare that you see competitors buying each other. This structure allows that to be far more attractive to private businesses. And I've had conversations in our industry and with a number of business owners to explain the model, and we're getting quite a bit of interest in that. And it's an education process, but over the next sort of medium to long term, we really want to positively disrupt our industry by proving this model and talking about it.
Right, and just the other question, obviously you've got revenues at 1.2 million, etc. Most people would be hoping that this is a scalable business that you can get, out of 0 or 2 to whatever you're doing at the moment over the next 2, 3, 4 years. Is that what your goal is as well?
Yeah, I mean, it's a I think it's around about $35 billion executive recruitment market globally. We work internationally, 3.5 maybe billion of that is done in the UK or from the UK. And just in our local region, in Leeds and the surrounding areas, we estimate there's around 100 million of revenue in that region. And if we take, say, 100 executive recruitment consultants in our local area who will be billing between 300,000 and 500,000, our aim is to attract as many of them to this platform as possible. And it's a scalable platform. When somebody starts on Monday, they log into the laptop, the system is set up, and they're able to work with those clients and those candidates to start generating revenue in quite a quick amount of time in our industry. So we see it as a really scalable platform. We have big ambitions for the revenue and the operating side of the business, and we have equally big ambitions for the Bitcoin balance sheet side of the business as well.
Well, we look forward to you achieving those ambitions. In the meantime, Scott Elam, CEO at Connecting Excellence, thank you very much indeed.
Thanks for having me, Zach. Good to speak to you.